We go again. Um, oh yeah, sorry, I have to record this one again. My computer died. Prior to this project, I hadn't worked with older people that much before. I mean, I have my grandmum and everything, but she lives in America at the moment, and you know, you don't really get a chance to really see that many elderly people in daily life as they're not shown through media or anything because it's kind of a part of society that many people like to pretend doesn't really exist, in Western culture for lots of the new modernizing ones. Lots of people don't really talk that much about elderly unless it's their elderly parents or something or their elderly relatives or something like that. But as I have the same situation in America, my grandmom has dementia and Alzheimer's and all that, and seeing that other people in other parts of the world have it as well really shows the connections, and it really shows you how to be able to deal with people of like dealing with different parts of their lives and being able to interact with them and being able to understand other facets and parts of people's lives as you get older. And I know I always talk about this, but the part of my the commitment that you have to show and the initiative for going there, I went about 30 times, not including the when we were doing training for it, like about 30 times. And it's really difficult because predominantly when I was doing this, I had to take the train, so I'd have to, from Beaconsfield we'd end at like 5:05, 5:10, or 5:30 sometimes, depending, especially when we were doing the gardening, it was quite later. So after you do that, that, you have to walk all the way to the train station, which is a good like 10-minute walk for me. And then after that, you wait either 20 minutes or maybe 5 minutes if you're lucky for your train to come and go to London, and then you have to pay for it as well, which is really irritating. It costs like 10 quid per ticket to go there, so that's like food money going away. Um, but yeah, after you do that, and it's just a horrible trip to go, to be honest. Because you take there and it's an hour train ride to Paddington, and at the time when I was really predominantly taking the train, I had lived in Putney Bridge, so I went from Paddington and then I had to go all the way down to Putney Bridge, which was about another 50 minutes, and we got there at about 6:30, so it was right at the time of like the traffic and the rush hour of people getting out of work and stuff, so the tubes were completely packed, and I've gotten sick like a numerous amount of times just because I had to like touch the poles and like that the people like touch and like be around all coughing people and stuff like that, which is kind of gross. And it's just another, and that costs you, it's like another pound or so to go on the tube as well. So it's a hard commitment, to make, but it's quite rewarding. I like to say Beaconsfield, I think, is my favourite CAS project for the fact that I feel I'm truly learning something, because I really, in all honesty, haven't interacted with that many old people before, and even the fact, like, I guess this might be like politically incorrect to say old people, but it's truly that, I'm not meaning anything when I say that, but I haven't really been around that many elderly people, and doing that, I really feel like I've learned a lot about a facet that was unexistent in my perspective before, like learning just how to deal with people, and you hear about it and you figure it out really quickly, but it's just something that's never there before, and like being around it, you really learn about like the truths and what it means to grow up and grow through different stages of your lives. So I really thought this was interesting, and especially in Western culture, elderly people aren't really not really drawn much attention to, depending on the culture, but especially for like modernized Britain and modernized America and some other countries. But they don't really have as close of ties to the elderly as people in per se, like lots of Latin American countries. We have sorry, it's you live with the elderly people, and they're always constantly around, and even if they can't do that much anymore, they're always around for you and like always around for support. And it's just a little bit different in some cultures, such as this culture in England, for people not to be around you and stuff like that. So people, I feel, they don't really talk about the elderly that much, and it's something that exists, but unless it's your elderly parents, you don't talk about it at all. So I thought that was quite an interesting facet. It really shows how you like tie together like the countries, like for example America and England, together to see how they all interact and stuff like that. So I thought this was quite interesting.